I was hoping to be able to show you guys how to use the pH meter. Kratom likes a pH between 5.5 and 6.5, but the pH meter I bought off eBay was $10 and it quit working. So always get good tools, because there'll be times like this when you need them. But I do know that my well water here is roughly 8.4, so with a little bit of distilled vinegar, that'll bring the pH down. It's going to be a guessing game, but I have an idea of how to get roughly where I'm trying to be. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 7 gallons of water to this brick of cocoa, adjust the pH the best I can, and then we'll go from there. Now the whole purpose of bringing the pH to that 5.5 or 6.5 range is so that the plant can take in all the nutrients that we're going to be giving it at that range, which there's still not a ton of information. That's why I'm doing this video. But at that range, 5.5 to 6.5 is optimal for the roots to be able to absorb all the nutrients that we're paying good money for. So we want it to take that up. Now I'm going to go ahead and add it. You want to have something like this for the cocoa to be able to sit in, because it will take some time for this to absorb. Last night I should have put this brick in here with 7 gallons of water and let it sit, but I didn't. So we'll be pulling it apart and adding water and doing what we got to do. Alright, we have the water added, and now it's kind of a waiting game. You can see how tough that is to, it's a brick. It's going to take some time. Let that water soak in there and keep chipping away at it. And then when we get that done, what we're going to do is rinse it. Make sure all that salt's gone, like I said before. Also the perlite. Bought a bag of perlite. And you'll want to rinse the perlite as well, because it has high levels of, fluoride. Fluoride's what it is. So always good to rinse everything. That way you have a nice clean medium to work with. So I'll break this up and then we'll head back on over to the plants and get transplanting. Alright, the cocoa's been sitting for a while. As you can see, it's still a brick. So I went and got this hammer. Just kind of trying to put some water in there, get it broken up. Oof. And once this is all broken up and absorbed, you want to go through and make sure you take the chunks and really break them up, because that's the power of cocoa right there. You need that softness, that lightness for the roots to be able to get heavy in. And then what we'll do is we'll drain it. Maybe rinse it one more time, and then we're going to be rocking and rolling. It sounds like a whole lot of work. It's because it is. But, it's worth it. You do it once, and then you got a nice medium to work with. Your plants are in a good spot. They're happy. You're happy. I do need to inform you folks that this information is only for decorative growing purposes. We do not endorse the consumption of Mitragina speciosa, and that's just kind of how it has to be. Right now the laws that govern it say that it's not fit for human consumption, so we must not consume it. We must do what we're told. So I'm going to keep working on this cocoa, and when I get her finished up, I'll get on to the next step. Alright, made a little bit of progress. It's still clumpy. It's killing my hands breaking it up, so I'm going to give it a minute, let it soak up, get a little more tender. I was sitting here thinking about a comment I made a second ago about the legality of this plant, and I still stand by what I said, that we do not endorse the consumption of Mitragina speciosa, because that's what we're told is you know, we're told not to. But I was sitting here thinking, you know, early 19th century, the Germans were good citizens and they did exactly like they were supposed to. And they never questioned the authority, and they ended up with Hitler. And millions of Jews were burnt and killed because nobody questioned. So if you do feel that there are other purposes that this plant might be used for, and it's something you stand strongly behind, do something about it. Say something about it. Tell your story. The future's not written. We're the only ones that can write it. If we don't do it, nobody will. And I'm trying to do my little part, you know, to change this world, but it takes a community. A single person can't do it. So, there's my spiel.